Happy Thursday, traders. It's Matt and Jacey with Empire Algorithmic Trading here to bring you your daily dose of VWAP Vision stock talk.
It's where the volume weighted average price helps us make sense of the markets, Matt. So let's jump right to it and get a little stock talk on.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Jace, happy Thursday. I know we've had a couple days off this week, so probably a bunch to catch up on. So let's dive into it, see where the markets have been, where they're going. Hit me with it, buddy.
Yeah, well, ever since that momentum shift that we talked about back on September 2nd, the momentum is there and it's kind of building. Today was a really strong session. S&P 500 closed up a little over 0.8%.
Wow.
Nasdaq Composite closed up 0.7%. Both hit new highs, so we get to move those anchors just right along. Just buyers are clearly in control, just pushing that average right up. And then same thing with the small caps. Nice bounce off the 10-day moving average after a couple days below the VWAP, so that anchor gets moved. And then same thing with the mid caps, another nice non-confirmation. So pretty much new rally highs, new all-time highs for the S&P 500, new all-time high for the Nasdaq, and then new rally highs for the small and the mids. And then bonds also rallied up as well, pushing interest rates down lower. And as you would expect, VIX came back down as well. So all in all, it was a very strong session.
All right, that's great to hear. Well, that is it for the general markets. Next, we're going to talk about some of our big movers over the last week. All of these big movers were brought to us by our algorithm, which kicks out daily buy and sell signals. And you can get access to those signals over on our Patreon, patreon.com/Empire Algorithmic Trading. Go check it out. But in the meantime, Jace, who moved? Where'd they go?
We had some pretty good ones today. So we're going to start with Rambus. Rambus is up 14.8%.
Whoa!
It did the shakeout breakout. So pretty much one day failure would have stopped anybody out, I think, the first day. This was a pretty late kind of breakout, but it shook out and then just exploded today. I got in today at 81.37. And so I'm going to move that down there. Closed at 88.58, up 14%. Tempus AI, huge gain, 13.5%, rallying off the 10-day as well. Zeta Global Holdings, nice strong 10%
Wow.
move, blasting right back. Another shakeout breakout going on there. I got
Yeah.
into that one as well at about 1970. Interdigital, one that it looked like it was extended when you kind of scale it back a little bit and then you zoom out. You're like thinking, okay, this is a late stage breakout. Saying probably isn't going to move much, and would have been wrong, right? So that's I passed on it because of that exactly, and I was wrong. Up 8.9% today, massive move from Interdigital. Micron, which was a really sweet breakout. I
Wow.
tried picking it up. I was late to it. I didn't get it at the close when it actually did break out, so I tried putting a bid in, gapped up, and it has just been on a tear ever since. Up seven and a
Wow.
half percent today. Zymeworks, another breakout of ours, up 7.4%. Silicon in Motion, after testing just for very briefly, right at the 10-day moving average and the buy point, has been working out quite well. It's up 6.4% today. Strong move. And then just to show kind of how broad everything is today, ER Copper, ERO, up
Wow.
4% as well. Very strong breakout. On the downside, we did have Wi-Fi came back to earth a
Oh,
little bit after
no.
yesterday's massive 28% move. It came down 12.7%. Credo, it looks like it has possible little topping chart or topping pattern going on here. Nice strong exhaustion gap and a big reversal. Gave up more than half of yesterday's gain
Wow.
between the candle, I should say, after a big strong reversal. So that's a potential test of the moving average. But who knows, man? Credo has just been on fire. AI stocks have been just nuts this week. So just don't want to bet against those. Netflix sold off hard today, down 3.5%. Pretty negative reversal there after trying to find some ground, after trying to do another breakout, just came back in right into the base. And then with Paymentus, after flashing a sell signal and then stopping me out on the round trip, put a little red arrow there. It continued to sell off hard, just showing why round trips just never end well, especially when they occur under the VWAP and the other averages. So always keep your losses tight. Especially if you're buying it extended, right? You definitely don't want to go chasing those things down. It was down 6.5% today. Kind
Oof.
of counter trend to what a lot of the other leaders were doing, though. It was a pretty
Yeah.
strong session. Highs overall, so we're still in the all systems go. Uh, Buy as warranted, and as always, cut your losses if they're moving against you because there's no reason to hold anything that's going down.
Yeah, put your money to work. Why leave it in something that keeps losing it for you?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that is it for us today here at VWAP Vision Stock Talk. Thank you so much for listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and give us a rating and a review. Help us bump up there so more and more ears and eyes get on this. If you want to learn more about who we are, what we do, check out our website. That's VWAPvision.com, VWAPvision.com. If you want access to all the good stuff, our daily buy and sell signals kicked over to us by our algorithm. If you want Arrow reviews with Jacey and I, where we talk about tomorrow's potential leaders and potential breakouts, if you want some educational videos about how we use this system in our trading, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Empire Algorithmic Trading. Subscribe over there. There is a free version where you can get a little bit of information, but all the good stuff is in the paid. So check that out. And as always, if you want to follow us on socials, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. Anywhere you digest your trading information, we are. So make sure to follow and like us there as well. And Jace, until Arrow reviews today, which I can't wait for, happy trading, buddy.
Happy trading, man. We'll see you in a little bit.
See you soon.